people, events, and issues shaping our community. This is Comcast Newsmakers.
Comcast Newsmakers is on the road. As you can tell, we're not in the studio this month. We're in Tallahassee, and with all the kids behind me, you can probably tell this is Children's Week in Tallahassee. I'm Spiro Canton, and our guest this hour on Newsmakers, Representative Joe Gibbons from Hallandale Beach, District 105. It's good to have you here, Representative.
Good to be here again.
Yes. A big issue facing you, the budget for 2010. Is this a tough year?
It's a tough year because, in essence, we're in the same place we were last year. Last year, we had a $5 billion deficit. This year, this thing is a $3.2 billion deficit, but when you put in the 5% for reserve, we're really looking at $5 billion again. So we're exactly where we were last year, except we have less revenue than we had last year.
How's that going to affect children's issues in education?
Well, you know, education is like $18 billion of a $65 billion budget, and healthcare is another large portion of it. So between education and healthcare, they take up 2/3 of the budget. So when you look at a budget where you have to make a reduction, a large reduction, obviously you have to touch then the two largest parts of the budget. So education happens to be one.
This is Children's Week, and there's a lot of folks here. A lot of folks out there want your ear.
Yes.
How effective is having all the child advocates come up here at the same time on a virtual blitz with the legislature?
Oh, I think it's very effective. I really like people to be engaged in the process. The more people come up here, the more they have an appreciation for the way Tallahassee works and the way the system works, and the more they understand it, the more effective they can be advocating for their position. So I'm really glad to see when people from my district or when people come up on an issue. In my opinion, people don't come up enough on issues.
Does it make a difference?
Oh, absolutely.
It
because
does.
Especially when they are in our committee meetings, I think they can actually help sway votes in a committee meeting on some controversial issues, because when people from your home are there, they actually know what you're doing. One of the things about Tallahassee is people don't always see what you do because you're so far removed.
Yeah, well, you're up here in the corner of the state, you know?
Exactly. That's very difficult to get to,
yeah.
by the way.
Another big, talking about controversial issues,
Yes.
Senate Bill 6 about merit teacher pay,
Yes.
a big issue facing the legislature.
Yes, I've gotten about 18,000 emails over the last 2 weeks regarding Senate Bill 6, and none of them have been positive. Everyone has been against Senate Bill 6 because they're changing the way we educate our children. They're putting emphasis on end-of-course exams, and they're holding back a percentage of the budgets, the salaried budget for a year to organize and find out how, in fact, they want to measure teachers. In the meantime, teachers have a job to do, and I think that our teachers don't make enough. We make less than starting pay, less than Georgia, less than surrounding states. So I think that we have to reward our teachers for, number one, their educational achievements, because in this bill, they take away the value of the national merit exam. They take away the value of having a master's degree. Those things are undervalued in this budget, so those are in the bill. So that does not encourage our teachers to really improve their skills, to hone their skills, and to advance so they can be better teachers for our children. We need to reward excellence as opposed to punishing or taking away the benefit of first you're educating yourself so you can be a better teacher to your children.
This has been a very controversial issue. Why so many emotions with this bill?
Because it really changed everything. You know, everything depends now.
It's a radical change.
On an end-of-course exam and the way teachers are paid. Anytime you take 50% of a teacher's salary and let that be dependent on an end-of-course exam, school is more about, education is more about a test. Education is about reading, writing, and arithmetic, but it's also about socialization. We completely take that part of this bill, takes socialization out of any measurement on how well a child is being educated. So that's, in my mind, detrimental to what we're trying to do. And, you have to have a holistic approach to education, not a singular approach that punishes rather than analyzes and diagnoses a problem and then teaches to that problem.
Okay, well, thanks so much. Representative Joe Gibbons, our guest this hour on Comcast Newsmakers. As you can tell, Children's Week is in full swing behind us. We got Dora the Explorer, the Rugrats, and a whole host of other folks joining all the kids behind us on Comcast Newsmakers right here on the plaza of the state capitol. We thank you for joining us.